So the most recent gun-related tragedy of the hour occurred in California when three armed gunmen, and one gun woman if we want to remain PC, but that's a rant for a different day, three gun-wielding terrorists opened fire on a Christmas party in San Bernardino. Perhaps the second worst thing about this shooting is that people still haven't been able to spell San Bernardino correctly. Of course, this has everyone with their opinion on gun control. Either they want it or they don't want it. Whichever side that you're on, there's an opinion somewhere. It could be slightly rational, it could be slightly irrational, or it could be completely insane, like several of these people on Twitter that I am now going to refute. So sit back and have some fun.
How come people don't realize that people are the problem, not guns? If a person wants to cause harm, they will, guns or not.
Yes, that's true. However, guns are a very easy means of killing multiple people really quickly. If you take away that from the equation, you get maybe a couple deaths, 5 or 6, before something happens. Especially if they want to get out of there quickly, as was in this case with the San Bernardino shooting.
Good guys with guns protect against bad guys with guns. Hire #vets and make soft targets hard.
And then there's a cartoon with Benjamin Franklin saying that disarming innocent people does not protect innocent people. And Benjamin Franklin has to say, we founders call this one the theory of duh. Brilliant. If you're using Benjamin Franklin and the founders, you might actually want to read the United States Constitution first, because the Second Amendment states, verbatim, that a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You hear that, gun nuts? I'd love to see your well-regulated militia. So where is it? Vigilantism doesn't count, by the way. And do you really think that Benjamin Franklin expected to see the likes of assault rifles or, heavy submachine guns? Did you really think that he expected to have people in the United States bearing those arms? Back in those days, people had fucking muskets that were inaccurate as shit. Took like 2 minutes at a time to reload. Wear and teared within a day. Those arms, I don't see what's so bad about. Pop off one shot and got police officers swarming you within a second. Submachine guns, on the other hand, you're halfway through a clip by the time you've downed a dozen people. I don't see where this argument comes from.
Where have all the gun control liberals gone? Oh, that's right. Terrorism doesn't fit the narrative. I'll keep my guns. Thanks.
I bet you'd like to think that. The problem with your theory is that gun-related deaths have killed more people in America than terrorism in the past 14 years. Including 9/11. Pass all the gun laws you want. Evil people will still obtain guns much in the same way an addict illegally obtains heroin.
Excellent argument, seeing as how great the drug war's gone.
Gun laws make that more difficult to do. And if you'd like more evidence, take a look at places with even stricter gun laws than California, where there are less gun deaths.
So I guess if guns kill people, I guess pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and spoons make people fat.
This got 723 likes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dumb anti-gun activists. Take all guns away because I don't ever want to defend myself.
I have an entire refutation to this coming up, so I'm just gonna leave this here and say that you have no fucking idea how the real world works. So Hillary Kelly says, I'd rather have a shooting at a center for developmental disabilities than they take away my guns, which is a quote by some idiot somewhere right now, I bet. And guess what? Someone actually said that.
I'd rather have 30,000 people die every year than lose the sense of control and security I get from my guns.
How can anyone take something like this seriously? These are the words of a deranged maniac who needs to be put on some sort of government watch list. How can you say that? Sense of control and security? Control? Sociopath.
Hashtag San Bernardino shootings were staged by the Democratic Party in order to take away our guns.
Point me towards the one fucking person in America that's saying, we want to take all your guns away. Who's saying that? I'm not saying that. I just want fucking regulation. Do you honestly need an AR-15? What are you going to do with an AR-15? Give me some examples of what you do in your recreational life with an AR-15. Don't. I can't believe people still have to explain this shit, but. People who want gun regulations do not want to take away all your fucking guns. We just want background checks. And regulation. What's so fucking bad about background checks? Alright, so now here's where I join the fun. You like to pretend you'd be Superman in a situation like San Bernardino, but in reality, you drop your guns and hide like everyone else. The first response that I get is, nice try, sheeple. Excellent refutation, man, you got me there. Wow, I don't know how I'm going to be able to defend myself against that. Whew, you're a tough negotiator. So I respond with, I'd love to see you try to stand up to 3 terrorists with AKs. I genuinely would love to see that. It would be entertaining. The first response that I got was, it's a lot harder to slaughter people that are shooting back. Yeah, but have you ever been in a high-stress situation like a terrorist shooting at you? Let alone 3? I know I haven't, but I'm pretty fucking sure that if I was in a situation like that, I'd be shitting my fucking self. Okay? Real life isn't like the movies. And their refutation to that was only restating what they said before, explaining that it was reality and I should look it up. My response was, because anyone can just whip out their gun and shoot trained terrorists with pinpoint accuracy. Gotcha. Once again, I'd love to see you try to do this in a high-stress situation, by the way. I would love to watch how that played out.
I sure as fuck can. Just the act of shooting back can deter aggression. Get it?
That's really lovely. Can you try shooting them back then? Big hero? Once again, I must reiterate. High-stress situation. People don't act like they would completely rationally sitting in front of their computer. Like right now, I can string together sentences. If there were 3 terrorists behind me, I wouldn't be able to string together complete sentences. Because I'd be scared fucking shitless. Because I've never been in a high-stress situation like that. And on top of all that, terrorists don't give a shit about that. They already expect to die for their cause. You're just an easier target for them at that point. And you won't believe what their response was. Until I put a cap in their nugget, I don't give a shit either. Been dead once, not scared. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And as well at this point, I'd gone to bed because this response came about an hour and a half after I gave the response previous. So I was in bed at that point and could no longer talk to this brilliant soul. See, this is the pro-gun idea that giving people more guns will result in less shootings. Even though America keeps getting more and more and more guns, as far as getting a Black Friday record of gun sales less than a week ago, and yet somehow these shootings are happening more frequently. Oh yeah, arming people with more guns is clearly working. Good job. The Founding Fathers made the United States Constitution the way it is so that it could be amended and adjusted to the future. Thomas Jefferson once said that trying to fit a grown man in the coat that he wore as a boy, what fucking sense does that make?